It appears our time is up for the day.
Are you sure? It's not been 3 hours yet. Does punctuality mean nothing to you?
Due to an unexpected security breach, it appears that we are going to have to fast-track you into our advanced rehabilitation program.
Oh, lucky me. Does that mean I finally get a goodie bag then?
You will be cleansed of your latent criminal tendencies, then reintegrated into the labour force as a productive member of society.
Why can no one give me a simple answer around here?
You know, I don't think I've ever come across a case like yours. You truly are a remarkable man.
I have no idea what you mean.
Yes, you do. The whole display is a misdirection.
What makes you say that?
You are an exceptionally malignant, narcissistic psychopath. You use a facade of stupidity to hide a cold and calculating criminal mind. You also appear to be a pathological liar, kleptomaniac, and a mild obsessive-compulsive. Frankly, you're the most dangerous person I've ever had to process.
Ooh, can I get a second opinion?
I'm afraid not. Security! Right here. Take him to the outpatient ward for advanced rehabilitation. Understood. Get up.
That's quite a grip you've got there.
This way.
Don't I get a phone call?
No.
What about an appeal?
No.
Has anyone ever told you that your two voices sound much alike?
No. Intruders detected.
There appear to be a lot more of them.
A lot more.
Targets locked. Weapons ready.
Oh, that's not good.
Shoot to kill. Shoot to kill.
What are you doing?
It's called suppressing fire.
There appear to be several more guards approaching us from behind.
Take this one's gun and cover me.
I'm afraid I do not have the necessary support.
Do it!
All right, just don't expect me to hit anything.
Don't worry, I don't. These 77th century guns can't hit anything. Nice recoil, though.
Mad!
For a wellness centre, this place has a lot of armed guards.
Completely mad!
I thought it was an astute observation.
As did I.
I'm sorry, we can't all have casual conversations during firefights.
Phew!
Shooters!
Nice shot, Sita.
Thank you, Maria.
These robots must have been made on the cheap. We should have died ages ago.
Is that supposed to be reassuring?
Isn't it?
Oh.
Also, don't you think it's ironic the robots are illegal, but the laws are enforced by robots?
What?
Outpatients is this way. Looks like we've got some company too.
Stop right there!
I'm the one with the stopping power here.
How can you be enjoying this?
Numerous undiagnosed psychological issues.
What did you say?
I said, that was a good quip, Maria. It had a profound effect on my humour processes. Ha ha ha.
That's what I thought. Come on, outpatients is this way. Through the door.
Which way now?
Is that an access terminal? Hold on, I've got an idea.
What are you doing?
Hacking into the security network and locking all the doors we aren't using.
How can you do that? I thought you were from the past.
That's a good point, actually.
I've seen a security system before. That's not right.
Is something wrong?
No, it's impossible. Completely impossible. Ignore it.
I don't understand.
Ignore it, Sita. Anyway, we've got company.
I don't see anything. It's just a corridor.
I can hear something. Get behind me. Stay quiet.
What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, no. It can't be.
Get down.
Boo, is that you? Oh no. What have they done to you? Oh no. Oh no. Where did you get that scar?
Oh my god.
It appears to be some form of invasive surgery of the frontal lobe.
What are you saying?
They lobotomized him.
They what?
cut out the part of him that makes him... Oh God. That makes him Babu.
No, this isn't happening. This isn't happening!
There also appears to be multiple cybernetic and genetic modifications. I don't understand why anyone would do this to a person. How anyone could do it.
I do. We need to find the doctor.
What about Babu?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. There's nothing we could do for him right now.
We can't just leave him here.
We're not leaving him. We're going to get the doctor and everyone else in this prison out of here, and then we're going to burn it all down.
You mean the wellness centre?
I mean everything.
You're being ridiculous.
Just you wait.
How can you fight something like this? Look what they did to him. He didn't even do anything. He just filled out one of their stupid checklists incorrectly.
And we're going to make them pay.
You really do worry me sometimes. More of them are approaching.
From both directions. They've got us surrounded.
How?
They must have sent out Babu as a distraction. Keep us in one place long enough to start. Stupid Maria!
What do we do?
I have an idea.
What are you doing?
Into the south, now.
But...
Now, Unu!
Okay, keep your pelt on.
Nice one, Sita.
I learned from the best. So, what's the plan?
I chose this cell for a reason. They can only come at us from two directions. If you two can keep their heads down behind us with suppressing fire, I can punch through their front lines.
Sounds like a plan.
You too?
Yes, I need both of you covering our 6 o'clock. Take this and give them help.
I can't use this. I've never been in a fight before.
I know. I'm sorry I have to put you in this position, but if you don't do this, we're dead. All this would have been for nothing.
I'll be useless to you. I don't even know how to use a gun. I won't hit anything.
You don't have to hit anything. Just do your best to keep them off balance. Point it down the hallway, pull the trigger as fast as you can, and for God's sake, keep up. Can you do that? And Babu?
Babu?
If we don't get out of here, he won't either. If you're lucky, you might get a few kills in his name. On my signal, we...
For Babu!
Look, this really isn't necessary. This has all been a terrible misunderstanding.
That's what they all say.
These restraints are a bit tight. Are you afraid I'll break out?
Not exactly, Doctor.
When did you get that lab coat?
I've always been wearing this.
Always what? No, you haven't.
You know, Hopers. Always so argumentative. I think I have something that'll calm you right down.
What the hell is that thing?
This is the purifier. Do you want to know what it does?
Does it extract egg yolks?
In a manner of speaking. This little device will make a tiny incision in your skull. It will scrape away the frontal lobe of your cerebrum, severing the connective tissue and liberating you from your destructive criminal urges.
A frontal lobotomy? You can't do that. It's monstrous. It's also illegal.
Not on Earth.
I'm not talking about Earth. Lobotomy as a form of punishment was expressly forbidden by the Shadow Proclamation.
Shadow Proclamation? Never heard of them.
Impossible!
Oh, please remain calm.
This is the 77th century, right?
According to the old Gregorian calendar, why?
Because that treaty was signed over 2,000 years ago. You must have heard of them.
Oh, calm down, please. You're getting agitated.
Of course I'm getting agitated!
Administering sedative.
That won't work.
Appears not. Obviously a side effect of your genetic engineering. You'll just have to do without.
Lucky me. You know, this ceiling could really do with a new splash of...
Applying mouthguard. That's it. Oh, much better. Activating purifier. Penetrating vertical plate in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Step away from that machine!
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Not with you. Take your hand off that panel or I'll blast it off.
I'm afraid that won't work. I'm a hologram. Your weapon cannot harm me.
Useful information.
What have you done to the purifier?
I broke it.
How did you get this far? What happened to the guards?
I broke them too. It's really you, isn't it?
I can assure you, we've never met before.
That face. That voice. You're younger than I remember, but it's definitely you.
Holograms do not age.
No, but their templates do.
I don't understand.
That makes two of us.
Stay back. This is far more dangerous than I realised.
I don't.
Shut up, Sita!
Yes, Maria.
That's quite an aggressive tone there, Maria. Would you like a sedative?
Drop the act. I know who you are.
Do you indeed?
Dex Vector. Trillionaire extraordinaire.
Ah, I haven't been called that in a long time.
How the hell are you still alive?
Get your friend out of these restraints and we'll talk.
Where'd she go?
She appears to have deactivated herself.
It doesn't matter. Come on, let's help the doctor.
Do we remove the gag?
Sita, was that a joke?
No.
I sympathise. There you go.
What took you so long? My back is killing me. And I'm not 900 anymore.
You're welcome, Doctor.
Hi, Sita. Good to see she hasn't gotten you killed yet.
She is not the one I'm concerned about.
You're such a card, Sita. Hello, Unu. Good to meet you. Glad to see these two can follow simple instructions, even if that does mean losing a bet with myself.
This is the person you came to rescue.
Yes,
I don't like him.
Neither did I at first, but it'll grow on you.
much like a rash.
Okay, enough messing about. Did you bring it?
Which one?
You know my screwdriver?
Yes.
Not that one.
Here it is.
Excellent.
You know, we've been trying to figure out just what this thing is. Care to enlighten us?
It's just a piece of old Earth tech. It's late 20th century.
Doesn't that belong in a museum?
Probably. Come on, we've wasted enough time already.
Couldn't agree more. We've rescued the princess. Now let's slay the dragon.
Well said. Hang on.
Oh, look. Little arrows on the floor.
Very helpful of her.
How the hell are you not scared?
Oh, I'm terrified.
Organic beings are so complicated.
The arrows stop at this door. Game faces, everyone.
Hello there. I'm glad you found the place. Step into my office.
You're looking very spry for someone approaching their fourth millennium.
I could say the same about you, Maria Swift.
You remember me. I'm flattered.
I make a habit of remembering those who steal from me. I thought you died when Teardrop burned up.
Disappointing, isn't it?
Not at all. I mean, can I offer you or your friends some refreshment? Quite a motley crew you've gathered around yourself.
Says the woman whose only friends are robots that sound exactly like her.
What can I say? I love the sound of my own voice.
I can relate.
I know. How about this machine? What is it?
My name is Sita, and if I may say so, it's obvious this room hasn't seen a dusting in a very long time. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Obviously malfunctioning. You should get him reprogrammed.
He has the right to self-determination, even if he is annoying.
And as for you, it's good to finally meet you, Unu. Your brother talks about you all the time.
Who the hell are you?
What? I'm the iron fist behind the velvet glove. I pull the strings of the string pullers, hustle the hustlers, and play the players. Dex Vector at your service.
How could you do all this?
It's really quite simple. Billions of obedient, efficient workers. Enough to rebuild our shattered empire into a galactic superpower.
So, for all your delusions of grandeur, you're nothing more than a common slaver.
So was Alexander Macedon, and he conquered the known world. The greatest civilization in our history were built on slavery and fell into chaos when it ended. Those who forget history are doomed to repeat it.
And yet, throughout human history, armies of volunteers have routed conscripts. Nations with a higher degree of freedom are always the most prosperous.
And in the end, they crumble and die.
Because everything crumbles and dies. Everything has its time. Everything ends. No matter how much we'd like to think otherwise, nothing's truly immortal.
That's just what the weak tell themselves to justify their pointless existence.
You really believe that, don't you?
If the last 4,000 years are anything to go by...
4,000? You're practically a baby. An arrogant child with reach far behind her petty grasp. I can already see that you're beyond reasoning with, and so I have no other option. I am going to stop you.
You can't stop progress. This is my magnum opus, the culmination of countless lifetimes.
Why would the government let you do something like
The
this?
government? They're already far too gone.
What are you talking about?
People think a society like this happens overnight. That's a child's fantasy. It takes years of incremental change. You close the window of acceptability inch by inch until it's clamped around your throats. All I had to do was manufacture a little outrage, cook up some threats so frightening you traded away your freedoms for the illusion of security without a second thought. As generations pass, you forgot what it even meant to be free. You fight against it with the zeal of fanatics, while I reap the profits every single day. The lobotomies didn't start in Bakutus. I've been reshaping your minds for centuries with the scalpel of legislation and propaganda. And the best part? You let me do it. You wanted me to do it.
That's not true. It can't be true.
Truth is whatever I want it to be. I think I'll have you taken in for treason. Then you'll be beaten to death at the feet of the great bear of Bakutus. I'll have them put a view screen in Babu's room so he can watch.
I think you've said quite enough.
What is that? Some kind of weapon?
Oh no. It's a harmless piece of obsolete technology. It's even older than you.
What does it do?
It records things.
I've been reshaping your minds for centuries with the scalpel of legislation and propaganda. And the best part? You let me do it. You wanted me to do it. How much did you get?
More than enough.
I see. You realise I'm going to have to kill you.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
I'm sure they do. What are your orders?
Where did they come from?
They're the latest model, equipped with a personal cloaking device and completely resistant to blaster fire. They've been taking position during our discussion.
Yeah, it appears you have us dead to rights. Nice design, by the way, very retro.
Thank you. I developed them myself.
I'm sure. I'm guessing they run on some sort of automated hive mind?
Very good, Doctor.
And that hive mind is connected to every major information node on this planet.
Yes?
Maria?
Screwdriver?
Screwdriver.
What's that?
Just another piece of old tech. There we go.
New information received. Processing. What are you doing standing around? Arrest them! Processing.
That might be a problem. I just broadcast you a little confession to every media outlet in the galaxy. Congratulations, you've achieved immortality. You're now history's greatest monster.
How is this possible?
Doctor, the dictaphone. It's melting.
Yeah, transmitting the signal must have been too much for it. Poor old thing. Still, nothing lasts forever. Right, Dex?
You don't seriously think that this will change anything, do you? I've been orchestrating this for centuries. You can't just burn it all down overnight.
Not overnight, but society will recover. In time, the human race will find a way. But it won't do it on the backs of a legion of slaves. It'll be with values of individual liberty and freedom of expression that the new golden age of the human race can finally begin.
Delusional. Will not allow it. Society needs order to survive.
Ah, yes. Speaking of which...
Processing complete. Good to see you're finally ready to do your job. Affirmative. Dex Vector, you have been found guilty of over 1 billion crimes against humanity and counting. It will take centuries to process all of your misdeeds. But you have already earned the highest punishment I have the authority to deliver. How do you plead?
You can't do this to me!
That's what they all say.
What happened?
They vaporized her.
Happy to be of service. Now it's your turn.
What are you talking about? This was all a ploy by Vector.
Dex Vector has been brought to justice for her crimes. You have all been found guilty of countless offences that warrant an equal punishment.
So much for justice.
We are justice. How do you plead?
Just do it already.
Hang on. Can I have a few last words?
Last words are illegal.
Well then, can you vaporise me right after I point out that under Section 522 of this planet's current regime change protocol, all automated law enforcement systems are returned to base for emergency refit immediately.
You have a point. Please do not move. We will return shortly.
Where are they going?
Why aren't we dead?
What did you say?
I think I understand.
Just a bunch of random words so I could bamboozle them. Nothing meaningful whatsoever.
Do not speak over me. You got arrested on purpose.
Doctor!
He told me to stop speaking over him.
Rude.
I can relate.
Speaking of which,
Oh no.
Baboo.
I think it's about time you reunited properly. There's one problem though.
What's that?
Everything that happened here is going public. These people were victims of one of the greatest injustices in history. They need someone to speak for them.
Yes, they do. Oh, Baboo. I know it won't be the same, but at least we've got each other again.
Oh no.
Come on, you lot haven't had a decent meal in weeks. In fact, all of you are invited to ours for some home-cooked... Where'd they go?
Oh no.
How could you just leave Unu and Baboo like that?
I have no idea what you mean.
Liar! You threw their entire world into chaos and then just sauntered off as soon as you got the first opportunity.
And?
It just doesn't feel right.
No. I suppose it wouldn't. But then, I never did give you much context, did I?
I don't see how context changes anything.
Purpose?
What are you doing?
Calling in reinforcements.
What happened? Where's Unu?
Sorry about that. You had some technical difficulties.
That's not how I remembered it. You just manipulated the legal system of that planet to arrange a woman's death, then silenced me when I was on the verge of pointing out the fact that you've been doing the same to all of us from the very start.
And?
Plus, he just left Unu with the responsibility of standing up for all the people Vector lobotomized and enslaved.
He what?
As I said, you lack context.
I don't see how context changes anything.
Obviously. Neither of you are very familiar with the history of this era.
We're from the past.
Use whatever excuse you want. Anyway, this is meant to be the beginning of a golden age of freedom for humanity. And it all starts with the exposure of the wellness centres and the reforms that followed. Those reforms will be spearheaded by a passionate, formidable and immensely influential speaker. I believe you've met him.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you two just saved the world. It's not bad for a first day, Sita.
Well, I'm still not happy about your methods. By the way, we really need to talk about your comic books.